Believe it or not, villagers in Animal Crossing have personalities. Different personalities have existed in the game since the inception of the series, but over time villagers have changed. In New Horizons, the personalities of villagers dictate certain mechanics of the game. Talk to enough neighbors with the same personality, and you'll find that the dialogue is exactly the same for similar situations. Talk to the animals enough, and you'll realize that the villagers with the same personality will greet you, thank you for a gift, and react to your stung face in the exact same way. Each personality has specific dialogue programmed into them based on the situation they're put in. This is true in face-to-face conversations as well as through letters in the mail. The dialogue is all pre-written by the developers. If you play enough through the day, you'll notice the same conversations between yourself and villagers with the same personality. It seems like the developers intended for us to have many different personalities on our island to vary the conversation topics, but all my favorite cuties are the normal personality, so that doesn't work for me. As a result, my neighbors never say anything groundbreaking besides talking about that one piece of furniture I placed outside that they happen to be standing next to. Each personality has different characteristics that dictate how the villagers live their island life, like what time they go to bed, how often they gossip, which other personalities they get along best with, and how they treat you as the player. For example, cranky villagers will take a bit to open up, but once they do, they become some of the friendliest neighbors. Sisterly villagers will give you tips on how to relax, peppy villagers will always be excited to see you, and lazy villagers enjoy snacks. I've linked to the wiki page that breaks down each personality. If you want to see the characteristics of your favorite islander, take a look at that. So what other reason is there to have different personalities on your island? The main reason is receiving reactions. Each personality type has a set of reactions tied to them. To collect all of the emotes available in the game, you must have at least one of each personality on your island at some point of your playthrough. Every now and then they'll run up to you, tell you about a specific reaction, and then teach you said reaction so you can use it yourself. There are a total of 40 reactions you can get this way. The fifth and final emote for each personality can only be obtained if you're best friends with a villager of that personality. The other 19 reactions are received by purchasing them or through holiday events. Personality will always dictate who shows up in your campsite. Your very first campsite villager will always be Smug. After that, the villager that appears in your campsite has a 50% chance of being an animal with a personality that you don't currently have on your island, and a 50% chance of any personality showing up. If you really want to try to find Raymond, but don't feel like villager hunting, keep all the Smugs off your island and he'll have a higher chance of appearing in your campsite. According to Wikipedia, in New Horizons, each personality has 2 separate subtypes linked to them. These mostly consist of 2 hobbies that have distinctive dialogue that the player can come across once they reach a high friendship level with the villager. It's no surprise that the neighbor dialogue gets old and stale after a while. With many of the updates, Nintendo has sprinkled in new dialogue. A lot of it is in reference to an upcoming holiday or talking about new furniture or clothing that we get with the new update, but we definitely need variety. I don't think the repetitiveness would have been as noticeable if we weren't stuck inside during the pandemic with only Animal Crossing to play. But because we were, we spent a lot of our time on New Horizons listening to the same words over and over again. I'm no game developer, but I can't imagine adding new dialogue is particularly difficult. This is something the original Animal Crossing does the best over every game in the series so far. I actually liked having conversations with my neighbors. I'd actively seek them out, talk to them, see what they're up to, and asked if they had anything that they needed to get done. I built this strange, fake relationship with my neighbors that I still crave in the more recent games in the series. The sass. Where did the sass go? I'm assuming the developers wanted to make the villagers nicer for the kids who enjoy the game, but I was a kid, and I grew up with Bubbles calling me simple. I, of course, hate her now, but otherwise I grew up fine, probably. Additional dialogue for each personality could help vary up our time and make our daily routines less monotonous and predictable. The fact that we have different personalities is definitely a plus, but a little bit more would help improve our neighbors. What's your favorite personality? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!